Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over how to outplay and kill really good players in Fortnite. This video is designed for the more average level players who feel like they really struggle when it comes to dealing with sweaty, tryhard, or just very good players in general. But honestly, now that Fortnite's over 3 years old at this point, there are definitely an absolute ton of really good players in the game, so I'm sure even people who are well above average struggle with the absolutely cracked players fairly frequently. And of course, since a lot of you guys are on console and controller, you're kind of already fighting an uphill battle against PC players, so hopefully this can slightly help you with that as well. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so when it comes to outplaying players that are better than you at the game, the key is to always look for ways to level the playing field. If you engage in a totally fair fight with a player who's a superior builder, editor, aimer, and everything else, how do you possibly expect to win that consistently? The harsh truth is that you simply aren't going to, so your goal needs to be to get into an unfair fight that's tilted in your favor. So one of the most consistent ways to create an advantage for yourself is to have a weapon advantage over your opponent. Since this is a battle royale game, there are many different weapons and many different rarities, and in a way that's kinda intentionally designed to help worse players kill better players, so obviously you want to take advantage of that as much as possible. This is one of those things where the same general principle stays the same as time goes on, but with how much Fortnite updates their game, any alterations to the weapon meta obviously changes things. So I want to point out 3 different weapons that I think are a borderline must-have if you really struggle against good players. The first one is the Stark Industry Rifle. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda slept on this weapon early in the season. I never thought it was bad, but I always thought the higher rarity regular ARs were better than it. But now, I see the light. This is one of the more overpowered weapons in the entire game right now. If you fire it while ADSing, it does about 50 base damage per shot at medium range, and still even about 40 at long range. So even with the reduced 1.5x headshot multiplier that all ARs have now, you could theoretically 2-tap a 150 health enemy at medium range with this thing, which is just absurd. And as I pointed out in one of my previous videos, arguably the most OP thing about the Stark Energy Rifle isn't even the damage. It's probably the fact that every single shot you fire while ADS gives you first shot accuracy even if you're moving while shooting. I truly believe that even an average player could legitimately kill someone like Benji or Clicks with this weapon if they were just running out in the open and you had solid accuracy. And luckily, based on my experience with these rifles, they seem to be common enough to where you could pretty reliably get them in most games. Another weapon specific to Season 4, which is just great for killing really good players, is the LMG. If you've ever used this thing properly, which is as an SMG substitute, you'd know how OP it really is. It has super high player DPS, it shoots really fast, so it absolutely shreds through structures, and most importantly, it has a 100 shot clip size, so you're almost never gonna need to reload it in the middle of a fight. Again, you give even an average level player an LMG and put them at the front wall of Clix' box, as long as they have at least decent ping, they're honestly winning that fight a solid percentage of the time. It takes very little skill to use this weapon, and it's borderline impossible to counter in the right situations, so it's basically perfect for killing players that are better than you. It's definitely a bit of a rare weapon, so you probably wouldn't be able to find it every game you play, but if you do, make sure that you take advantage. And the final weapon that I want to briefly mention is the purple and gold pump. I've come to realize that the purple and gold pumps just have such a huge advantage over every other shotgun in the game right now. Honestly, in a fair fight, I'd probably take a 6 out of 10 player with a gold pump over an 8 or 9 out of 10 player with any green or blue rarity shotgun. So because of that, I think it's more important than ever before to utilize upgrade stations in Fortnite. I truly believe that, especially in something like Arena with the increased farming rate, it's worth whatever it costs to get your low rarity pump to at least purple rarity. The advantage it gives you in shotgun fights is legitimately so game-changing that it'll really bridge the skill gap between you and players that are just better at the game. The next important tip that you need to understand if you want to consistently outplay good players is that you need to capitalize on situational advantages in fights. Let me give you sort of a play-by-play example of something that my friend did a few days ago where he didn't follow the advice that I'm about to give. So my friend is just like an average player, and I think me and my other friend died, so he was the only one alive. And as he's just running out in the open, him and another player see each other, and the other player starts building ridiculously fast and effective, so he could tell right away that the guy he was dealing with was someone very good at the game. So because he got outbuilt off the rip, he played low ground, and as the enemy went to drop onto him, my friend actually landed a couple high damage AR shots, probably doing like 110 damage total, and that made the enemy retreat a bit and box up. But since my friend was scared of him and probably didn't want to get into a box fight situation with him, instead of pushing the guys one by one, he instead just sort of built up to high ground and started spraying him from there. Well, that resulted in the guy healing up, immediately cranking some crazy retakes, getting over my friend in about 5 seconds flat, and then a little later he dropped down and absolutely destroyed my poor friend. His mistake there was the fact that he didn't even attempt to capitalize on the situational advantage that he created by hitting those AR shots because he was so intimidated by the player. When you're at a skill disadvantage in a fight, anytime you can put that enemy into an uncomfortable situation, you need to do everything in your power to end that fight right there. The second that enemy retreated and boxed up, my friend just needed to put his head down, spray his front wall, and try to clean up the kill. Would he have for sure gotten it? Absolutely not, but it definitely would have given him the best chance to win a fight where he was clearly outskilled. The other advantage that you can get over higher skilled players that you need to capitalize on when it happens is an inventory advantage. There are always going to be overpowered items that Fortnite probably intentionally adds to level the playing field between average and great players. In Season 4, you could look at boogie bombs or even grenades as those items. It doesn't matter if you're fighting a legitimate pro player, if you hit them with a boogie bomb or spam 6 nades inside their box, you give yourself a really good chance to win that fight. But an inventory advantage could also just mean that you have more shield or mats than an enemy, for example. If you have 3 minis and 2 bigs, you can trade medium range chip damage with a really good player knowing that it probably hurts them a lot more than it hurts you. Playing around the strength of your inventory is an important tip in general, but it becomes absolutely crucial when you're going up against a really good player because it's yet another way to bridge the skill gap. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. On a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being not at all and 10 being a ton, how much do you feel that you struggle against really good players when playing Fortnite? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.